is one of my favorite videos because Lord Hanumanji is one of my favorite gods, and I have special feelings and special, I would say, energy that I get the moment I talk about Hanumanji. So, Jai Bajrangbali and Jai Shri Ram. And I would like to start this video by saying that many of you have written this to me about Bajrang Baan. They wanted to know about that. Can anyone and everyone enchant and read Hanuman Chalisa and Bajrang Baan for that matter? And I think the lights have gone off at this point of time, so you can see the difference. Anyways, I will still continue. I will not stop this video. So you people wanted to know that everybody can read it or not, because on Google and on internet there's several things given that some people can and some people cannot. Okay, so yes, I would like to continue by saying there are a lot of precautions, there are a lot of alertness, there are a lot of discipline things that you need to follow while reading Bajrang Baan or even thinking of reading it. Okay, first of all, what are the uses of Bajrang Baan? See, you need to understand. Few of you wanted to know that if you're going through a tremendous high degree black magic, can you actually enchant it in your own house and get rid of it? No. Unfortunately, no. Because Bajrang Baan is something to do with your small obstacles of daily life. Okay, for example, if you're not getting a job, if your finances are low, or especially your enemies are doing something on you, or if you have an evil eye on yourself, these kind of things, or maybe you are lacking willpower, or maybe you have a travel issue, suddenly you want to travel somewhere and there is some sort of a negative thing regarding your travel part of life, these kind of things, or somebody has a bad eye on your growth of life and your career, and all these kind of obstacles is something that Bajrang Baan is used for and is very helpful. Okay, it is not, and of course little bit of negativity which is there, little bit of negative energy which is around you, or cleansing the house with little low degree of negative energy is something that you can actually take help of Bajrang Baan and it will be accomplished. Okay, the problem will go away. Okay, but then not for like high degree black magic. If you ask me that Guru Didi, how about that if I'm going through a black magic and I cannot afford your fees and I cannot afford other people's spiritual healers fees, how about if I do this in my own house and I get rid of it? No, you will go through some protection for sure, but it will not go away completely. Okay, this is very, very clear. This is not for high degree black magic. I'm repeating this because I get so many messages regarding this that let me narrate Hanuman Chalisa and I think I'll be off the black magic thing. No, black magic has to be removed by a specialist because it's a different dimension altogether. These are tantras and mantras and whatever things are done from the opposite side, from your enemy side. The answer to it is also through a tantric language, through mantras, which of course the general public will not know about it because this is not your subject. You have a specialist to do it. Okay, so I have clarified this section. Now, another very important question people say is girls cannot do prayers for Lord Hanumanji. That's so not true. Trust me, it's so not true. And like I said, Hanumanji is one of my favorite gods. I really love him, and I feel so happy when I talk about Hanumanji. Okay, so I have been praying to Hanumanji right from, I think it's been almost now 15 years now, and of course there are different rules for sadhaks. Sadhaks means a person who is into meditations and into the Guru Shishya Diksha and all of that. Okay, so sadhak is something who practices tantra and meditation and siddhis. So I have been doing that from so many years now. Okay, and the results are tremendous, even for me, for my personal life and my personal belongings for that matter. Okay, so girls, definitely you can do prayers and pujas of Lord Hanumanji without any doubt in your mind. Only minus when you have your periods, when you have your menstrual cycle going on, that's the time. So for you, I'll let you know the precaution for girls is something like this, that like people say that you cannot feed Hanumanji, or you cannot even narrate Hanuman Chalisa. It's nothing like this. The only thing is you have a cycle of 21 days. When you do a sankalp, for example, I'll give you a small example. If you want a job, a better job, okay, and you do a sankalp that, you know, I'm doing this sankalp with your name and your gotra. You need to, you know, name your gotra also while doing a sankalp. And for 21 days I'm doing this, and every day I will be narrating and enchanting Bajrang Baan. Okay, so you have to not have non-veg. You're not supposed to drink. This is for men and for women. The only difference is, okay, I'll come by list wise for all, but for girls it's 21 days sankalp, and for boys it's 41 days of sankalp. Okay, 41 or 45 days also you can do sankalp. That is the only difference between what girls can do and what boys can do. Okay, the difference in narrating or enchanting Bajrang Baan. Now, precautions for everybody who is trying to do any puja or any prayer for Lord Hanumanji. What are those precautions? Please note this down. This is very important, because I have seen people going through a very bad phase when they start praying to Hanumanji sometimes, and they say that, oh my God, you know, we are so scared of Hanumanji and we started praying to him and things started happening in a wrong way to us. Why? Because then when I spoke with you people, you told me you drink, you have non-vegetarian food, you're not taking precautions. It's not like that. So note this down, the precautions to be taken once you are reading or have a sankalp of Bajrang Baan. Okay? So the first thing is, you will only take a sankalp for one thing. That means if you're saying that I want a good job or better job, that is the only one thing that you will put in that sankalp. That I am doing this puja for this particular thing. It is not that you will put 10-15 slips of your wishes and whims and fancies out there and say, I want a good job also, I want good marriage also, I want better brain also, and I want good memory also. No, it's not like that. You will only put one wish of yours that needs to be completed while doing a sankalp of Bajrang Baan. That means one wish at a time. Okay? So, and then if you're a boy, you will do a sankalp of 45 days or 41 days. If you're a girl, you will do a sankalp of 21 days, because then your periods and your menstrual cycle starts. Okay? So this is the rule. Second of all, you are not supposed to have non-vegetarian food. You are not supposed to have eggs. Now some people say we are vegetarians. No. It's a complete sattvic food. No onion, no garlic, even on Tuesdays for that matter. Okay? And in fact, Tuesday you're supposed to keep a fast. 45 days if you're doing a sankalp, no non-vegetarian food, no onion, no garlic, no eggs, no drinks, nothing. Okay? This is very important, and people who have not been following this have been backfired. And this is the reason that your results were completely opposite. If they were not good, in fact you went through a punishment. Because Lord Hanumanji is so sattvic and he's so pure and sacred. Okay, you cannot, he was a brahmachari, okay, and you're supposed to follow celibacy, married or non-married. Okay, you cannot have intimate relation, you cannot even think of intimate relationships or any appearances like this. No watching porn videos, nothing like that has to happen. I'm telling you very frankly, I'm saying, because I don't want errors in this, because this is a very sensitive matter out here. Okay, there are a lot of precautions of Lord Hanumanji. So celibacy needs to be followed physically and mentally as well. It's not that you're thinking about all these things. Okay, that's very important. Then I told you on Tuesday, on every Tuesday, you're supposed to keep a fast. Boys and girls both. Alright, this is very important. And then of course you have to remember Lord Ramchandraji also. So once you read Bajrang Baan, once in a day, okay, once in a day, you're not supposed to do 21 jap or 21 japs or 11 japs. No, that's not meant for you. Okay, light is going and coming. Anyways, that's not meant for you. Once a day you're supposed to read Bajrang Baan for 45 days or 41 days for boys and for 21 days for girls. That's more than enough. Okay, and once that's completed, and along with that you're supposed to remember Lord Ramji and pick up any mantra of Lord Hanumanji that is available, a short mantra also. And if you have Guru of yours, then of course Guru will give you the Lord Ramji's mantra. Okay, because if you will not remember Ramji, then of course Hanumanji will get angry and then nothing is going to be completed because he cannot be separated. And Bajrang Ban, the reason is that Bajrang Ban has some tantric shlokas and tantric mantra sounds in it, okay? That, and of course there is a pledge given to Hanumanji that if you will not complete this work of mine, you will, Lord Ramji will not be very happy with you. So he is forced to complete that work of yours. Remember this. And that is the reason that you are not supposed to read Bajrang Ban for a longer phase of time. Okay? It's like you did it for one particular wish to be completed and then you break it. You break it. Not every day in puja you're supposed to do it. This is for the normal public. Okay? However, for the sadhaks who are into sadhanas, who are into siddhis, who are into meditations, through a guru, all of that, for them rules are different, but I'm talking about normal public here, okay? So that is about Bajrang Ban that I wanted to tell you, and it's a wonderful thing to do once with one wish, and Hanumanji will complete it, provided you follow everything that I told you. If you miss one of these things that I've told you, I'm telling you, things are going to backfire on you majorly, okay? Don't take Lord Hanumanji's energies lightly, okay? He's very powerful and gives you a lot of confidence in your life if you follow it correctly the way I told you. Alright, so that's about it. I'll come with another video next time. Till then, goodbye.